Welcome back, my dear student. This is our second lecture of lesson number 2. The lesson name was Sources of History. Now, what do you mean by source? As in the previous lecture, I explained you source means a channel from where do we get the information. For example, I gave you about income source. Otherwise, other example if you will take. What is the source of water in our country? So rain is the main source of water, then after that the river, well, then after that lake. These are the other sources of water. So source means what? From where do we get that thing? Now in this lesson we are having 5 sources. The first one was material sources. Material sources means what? The thing which comes out during the excavation and the archaeological studies, the thing which we can touch, just like earthen pot, then after that coins, then after that the material which ancient people used to use. So all these things are known as material sources. Then after that written sources. Written source means what? Written source means what? The thing which is there in a written form. So people used to write on brass, people used to write on the tea bark, and people used to keep in den, or people used to preserve it somewhere. And the thing which we are getting now during the excavation, that is known as a written sources. The third one was oral sources. Many big things, many information, important information is stored in a oral form. In Marathi it is known as Povade. During Shivaji Maharaj, whatever Shivaji Maharaj has done, very brave, a thing of bravery, or very big thing, whatever he has done. So all the sources are learned, it is mugged up, it is recited in front of people. It is known as Povade, and that is known as oral source. Now today we are having next point, that is sources of ancient Indian history. Sources of ancient Indian history. So my dear student, can anybody tell me what do you mean by ancient Indian? Ancient means what? It means old. Ancient means old. Ancient means old. It is very old. Means too much old. So we will start with it. Please take out your page number 9. Page number 9. From starting. 2.4 Sources of Ancient Indian History. The ancient period of Indian history extends from the Stone Age to the 8th century CE. CE means Christian era. CE means Christian era. Christian era. The ancient period of Indian history extends from the Stone Age to the 8th century Christian era. Means from the Stone Age, when man was not able to talk, when man was not able to write anything, when man was not able to understand what is civilization, what is living in, what is agriculture. That time man did not invent any kind of technology. So that is known as Stone Age. And ancient time is calculated from the period of Stone Age to 8th century CE. Stone Age to 8th century CE. So this is the period which is known as ancient India or ancient history. We learn about Stone Age period of Indian history through archaeological excavations. Now what is the meaning of archaeology? Archaeology is a study of old buildings, old monuments. Suppose, for example, now SSK is here. So we are having the complete information about SSK, that who founded this, who constructed this, who is handling now, what are the management people, who are the administrative authorities. We know all these things very well. But suppose if we see some old building which is very much old, nobody is living nearby, and archaeological what? Study of old things, old buildings, old monuments. Suppose if you are doing study of a Great Wall of China, so that is known as archaeological study. Then suppose if you are doing study of any stupa or any kind of palace which is completely vanished in the past, and if now you are doing study of that, that is known as archaeological study. So we learn about the Stone Age period of Indian history through archaeological excavation. If you want to get information about such kind of ancient Indian history, so what we will have to do? We have to do study of archaeology. Since scripts had not developed at that time, script means what? At the time of ancient India, at the time of ancient India, there was no script writing. There was no scripts or no writing material. There was no writing sources. So if we want to do study of ancient India, so we have to go through archaeological excavation, and whatever the thing comes out in the excavation, we have to do study on that. So since scripts had not developed at that time, no written sources are available. We don't have any written sources of that time. However, information about the ancient period from 1500 BCE onwards can be derived from Vedic literature. So if we want information, if we want to take information about ancient period from 1500 BCE, now this is known as Christian era, and BCE means before Christian era, means before Christ or before Jesus Christ, that is known as BCE, and after that, that is called CE, that is Christian era. So however, information about the ancient period from 1500 BCE onwards can be derived from Vedic literature. So if you want to take out information about ancient India, ancient history, so we can take information from Vedic literature of 1500 BCE. In the beginning, the Vedas were not in the written form. So now again the same thing comes over here. In the beginning, the Vedas were not in the written form. It was only the ancient Indian had developed the technique of memorizing and reciting them. So now how they memorize a table? Suppose if I will ask you a table of 2, or if I will ask you a table of 5. So already you have memorized it and you can recite it very easily in front of me. In the same way, during that time, the Vedas were not having any written sources. People used to memorize it and people used to recite it whenever it was needed. The Vedas were written down later, and later on, after many years, the writing was started and Vedas was also written down. The Vedas and the post-Vedic literature form an important source of ancient Indian history. It includes the Brahmanas and Upanishads. Now, very important source of Indian history. Now, this Veda, whatever the written material is available of ancient India, so it has a very important point, that is the information about Brahmanas and the Upanishads. So we are having a very great information about Brahmanas and Upanishads, the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Jain and the Buddhist literature, plays, poems, stone and pillar inscription, travelogues of foreign travelers, etc. We also learn about ancient Indian history through material sources like archaeological remains, ancient monuments and coins found in excavation. So in short, just we can, if you want to understand this point. So what you have to do, sources of ancient Indian history. Means we have to understand this, that ancient Indian history, we are not having anything in written. But if we want to take out information about it, so we have to see, we have to understand from Stone Age till the starting of Christian era. This is 8th century of Christian era. From Stone Age till 8th century of Christian era. This is, if we take information about this, so we can get information about ancient Indian history. Then after that, and more, if you want to take more information about ancient Indian history, so ancient Indian history is completely dependent on archaeological studies. When the material which we get from the excavation of archaeological studies, so it is completely dependent on that. And the study of archaeological remains, ancient monuments and coin is a main source of ancient Indian history. So now we will start with the precautions. Now what is the meaning of precaution? Can anybody tell me what do you mean by precaution? Precaution means to take care. Precaution means what? To take care. There is one very interesting saying in English, that is, precaution is better than cure. Means after getting infected, now just like corona is going on, the pandemic is going on. So after getting infected, what happens? We are quarantined for 14 days or 21 days. There is no any connectivity with outer people. So this is known as cure. Means we are taking treatment on corona. But if you want to escape from all these things, if you want to be away from all these things, so what is simple precaution is there? You have to wear a mask, you have to wash your hand very frequently, you have to use hand sanitizer. So this is one precaution. So precaution means to take care before. Precaution to be taken while writing history. So while writing history, it is not like that. Suppose if you got a book, you don't know that when it was written. So you will confirm it that it is an evidence of history, that okay, I have got something and it is an evidence. It is not like that. We have to take a lot of precautions that we are going to see here. Now, page number 9, 2.5. Precautions to be taken while writing history. It is necessary to take precaution while using these sources to write history. A written document cannot be said to be authentic just because it is old. Authentic means real. Suppose if any written document is there and it is looking very old and you have got it, so we will not confirm on it, or we will not assume it that it is real or it is authentic. It needs to be examined critically as to who wrote it, why, when it was written. Means we have to examine it, that who wrote it, why it was written and how it was written. So all this examine we have to do. We have to go for examination of that. The conclusion drawn on the basis of various genuine documents have to be cross-checked and corroborated with one another. Now what happens that suppose if you have got one document which is written number 5. The document is having a number 5 and number 1, 2 is already found, and 3 and 4 we have already found. So 5 is missing over here and you have got that document. So before putting this into this, we have to go for different kind of examination. We have to test it, we have to examine it in the laboratories, and after that, if everything will be clear, then only this document will be added into this and the series will be completed. So if you want to complete this whole series, so there should be a critical examination of that, and after that only it will be it will be confirmed that this is a correct document. So it is very important in the writing of history. Means in the writing of history, these things are very much important. So my dear student, with this last point, our lecture is completed. My dear students, see, I understand very well now when you come in the school and when I teach you face to face, that time you ask me different questions, I give you answers of that. There are very difficult words in history which we do not use in our mother tongue. So if you have any such kind of problem, you just write down in your notebook and keep with you. In the next lecture or whenever we will come face to face, I will give you all the answers. Your homework will be, you have to complete answer question number 1. You have to complete question number 1. Homework. Complete question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3. You have to draw earthen pots. Draw earthen pots. See, you have to draw this one earthen pots in your notebooks, and you have to complete these 3. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. So my dear student, in the next lecture again we are going to take complete revision of the lesson. Till that time, stay home, stay safe.